following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Now they're good.
All right.
Now they're good.
Okay.
Now they're good. We're
All
good.
right.
Sorry.
All on.
That's okay.
Yeah, I need more hands. Like I need like a third arm.
Maybe another monitor.
Or start earlier.
I need more monitors. I'm gonna need more monitors. Stat.
Or,
Can we
or,
get
or start earlier.
something? So now I got volume. I need less volume. Boom. All right. Sorry. Hey everybody.
Hi.
Boom. Welcome to Texas Live Midday Craft Beer Show.
Yes.
Liquid Lunch. My name's Josh. That's Kennedy. And with us today in studio, the one, the only. I'm sure it's the only, right? I've never met another. Blake Neiderhofer from Lone Pint.
Yes, certainly the only one at Lone Pint.
Yes, the Lone Pints, the Lone Blake. The Lone Blake. Welcome, sir.
It's good to be here.
Welcome in studio. Welcome to our humble abode. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So it's good to have everybody here. I'm going to bring up my chat so I can see people chatting for their questions, comments, and just things to say to Blake. Ask Blake. Tell Blake. Just throw praise your way. We are sipping on, I know this is a bit out of the protocol, but this is our pre-show beer, though. How fresh is this Yellow Rose?
I pulled it off the line before I came in, so it was bottled about an hour ago.
You can tell.
Yes. In fact, they're still running the bottling line now. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with the brewery and keeping it going.
Oh, are they watching or listening right now? Maybe.
Hope so. We'll see.
Okay. Watching on your favorite video streaming source, either YouTube or Facebook, unless you have a different one. Kennedy, do you have a different one? Are there others that could be your favorite? I suppose there's others that could be your favorite, but those are the two we're on.
Yeah, I think we're still on Periscope. I don't know.
No, we're not. Periscope's gone away. Kennedy's on.
Oh, no wonder it just sits there and just says sending data the whole time.
No, Periscope. You can still do stuff on Twitter, I think, but it's like Periscope officially went away.
Oh.
So, goodbye, Periscope.
Okay.
I think we talked about it. That's the thing. Kennedy doesn't pay attention when we talk about things, but it's fine. It's fine. Well, how are things at Lone Pint?
Things are good. I mean, everybody's kind of coming out of the COVID slump, but we're super excited. We're about to close on 11 acres of land. And
What?
Yep. So
do we have breaking news? Hit that breaking news graphic. Do we have a breaking news graphic?
We don't have a breaking news.
If we had a breaking news, maybe we can you put that in like post?
Sure.
it's like the cable news shows where everything is breaking news.
Yes.
I'll edit that in.
Okay. Hey, Jose and Philip, welcome to the show. All right, now say that one more time. Now that Jose and Philip have just chatted.
What's up, Jose and Philip? So so we're buying 11 acres of land. It's about 5 miles from where the brewery is now,
Cool.
east. So it'll be super easy to get to.
Yeah.
It's going to be off 149,
Okay.
just south of Magnolia High School.
Nice.
We're going to have a 2 to 3 acre live music venue. We're going to have a huge production facility. We're actually going to have our own parking lot.
Nice.
So little things,
Yeah.
and big things.
Right.
Anyway, we're very, very excited about that. We're hoping, the next 2 to 3 years to have that built and operational.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're ramping back up production, and a lot of people may not have heard yet, but it looks like we'll be going into cans very soon as well. So,
I hadn't heard that. I mean, maybe I heard rumors. People, people banter things about.
Yeah.
know,
So, people have asked for it for a long time, both distributors and people that want to take Yellow Rose or other beers to the beach or lake or whatever. So
I get it. I love the bottles.
Yeah, the bottles are beautiful, and the 4-packs are great, and the art's great. But the retailers don't like it because it doesn't fit on the shelves right. It's hard to merchandise.
That's a weird one.
Like,
it's not a weird one, but it's one of those that it's an underrated condition of being on the market now. Like cans took over, and then the shelves all were like, all right, we can get. If you do 7 shelves or whatever, 6 shelves, and they all have cans, that's another shelf that they can add between that and bottles, right? Because bottles are like an inch taller.
Right, and so in the same space where you could probably fit 8 4-packs, you can double stack cans and fit quite a few more. So it's easier on the stores. There will be fewer times where people go to the store and find that the shelf is empty because it hasn't been merchandised or something like that. So we think it'll be better for everybody. Of course, there are always a lot of arguments for and against cans or bottles and that sort of thing. But I think it'll be something that people will really be happy with once they kind of get over the fact that we're, at least for now, going to be getting rid of the very unique bottles that we've had for quite some time.
Okay, so they'll be going away, making way for cans.
Right. So for those of you guys that have been to the current brewery, you'll know that we do not have an enormous amount of space. So we just don't have the space at this time to do both. We're thinking maybe sometime at the new place in the distant future we may do some bottle releases and things like that once we get up and going over there. But for now, it's got to be either one or the other, and it looks like cans are going to win this one.
That makes sense. I mean, long run, most bang for your buck. It makes sense. Right. I have a little spot in my heart for your bottles, especially. Yeah. I love them. I like bottles. There was bottles were like, when I first got into craft beer, it was bottles. Like, that was it. And there was like, it was maybe Oscar Blues, and then Dave started canning. Right. And then it was, and everybody's like, that guy in Conroe's crazy. What's he doing? And he didn't care about clarity either. What's wrong with that guy? And then everybody's like, oh yeah, cans. Yeah. Cans are pretty awesome.
And right now it's just a struggle. I mean, I think we may be in cans already if, there wasn't such a shortage of aluminum and, everything else that goes into it. So we're, that's why we don't have a solid date exactly on when we'll be in cans. We're trying to make sure that we have the cans lined up before we jump into that.
Okay, that's exciting though. That's a big, because that means the artwork is going to have the layout and everything's going to change, and like how it looks on the can. That's fun. I'm excited about it. I don't know why I'm getting so excited about the packaging of your beer. I'm more excited about the beer, but the packet, that's fun. Are you going to do, I guess, 12-ounce cans?
Right. So initially we're going to be selling 12-ounce six-packs with the pack text. Okay. We have talked about eventually the canning machine we're looking at can easily switch over to 16s. We have talked about doing 16-ounce 4-packs of rows, maybe in a chipboard box or something. Yeah. But in the beginning, to get started, we're going to put all of the SKUs that are currently in bottles into cans into the 12-ounce six-pack.
Okay. So is it, when you order the cans, like, have you already started ordering cans for when they get the materials and then you're boom good to go?
So we've been talking to our supplier that supplies the bottles now will be our supplier that supplies the cans, and so we've been talking to them quite a bit. Yeah. And we're redoing all of the label artwork, of course, to make it fit, all that sort of things.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it looks, because it's less surface area, and I'm curious to see how it looks. I'm excited. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting so excited about all that. Like, that's nerd level. Like, you should see their can art. I mean, it's like, I'm excited. Like, you should see their can art.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are some people out there that do some really neat stuff with cans, and there's some people that they just kind of phone it in. So yeah, we've always been really proud of our artwork and our design on our bottles and 4-packs, and we're gonna keep that going into cans. So I think it's gonna look really good when it comes out.
Yeah, I can't wait. So what do you have, like a target, like general-ish time?
Well, it's going to roll out concurrently with probably the HEB resets. So depending on when we get confirmation with cans, then we work with our partners at our distributor and with HEB because they're one of our largest buyers, especially for package. We want to make sure that everybody's ready to put it on shelves and to really launch it. Okay. In a good way. So.
Our HEB here, they do a stellar job, and your beers are always at like the corner, the best corner in our beer section. Dave over there is great.
Yeah, they've been really great to us, and they're a great partner of ours. So we want to make sure that everything is, like I said, ready to go.
Cool. Well, that's cool.
Jose says you can do it.
Thanks, Jose. I love that can-do attitude. Yeah. Jeremy says cans are superior. I don't know that it's a cut and dry issue, but I think in this case. Yes. Yeah, in this 12. In this, what's a case? 24.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, in this case of 24. Yes.
But our 24 bottle cases are like 55 pounds. So I'm sure the distributors and merchandisers and other people that have to carry them every day will be very happy that they're a little bit lighter.
Yeah. You gotta bring your A game and eat your Wheaties all in the same morning. Kennedy. Did you eat Wheaties this morning?
I did not.
Uh,
I had eggs.
That's smart. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, let me tell you something. This is the story I was going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you now. It has to do. This is a great segue. Thank you for saying that you didn't eat Wheaties because Wheaties require milk, and I, as a 40-year-old man, don't handle milk like I did when I was 14. And so last night, okay, my daughters had friends over the weekend, and Philip will get to that. Check your watch, bro. Over the weekend, my girls had friends over, and so I was like, I'm gonna be that cool dad that, what kind of cereal do y'all want in the morning? Because I was coming home, and so they gave me a list, and I added a couple more. So I got some good cereals, but the problem with getting the good cereals like Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries and whatever else we got, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I think.
Sounds like you really milked it.
I did. I milked it, not just 2%, like the whole. I milked it for all it was worth. But I fell to temptation last night.
I dare you to keep this going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like I went ahead and had 2 huge bowls of Lucky Charms because I'd watched them eat them all weekend long. Like they ate them for breakfast, but then they also ate them for snack. It was like every meal was cereal while the girls were here.
Oh, they're magically delicious.
They are.
You're up against magic at this point.
Yeah, and you got to know your limits.
Yeah.
So I succumbed to the magic. But last night I was like, you know what? Typically what happens is if I do 2 bowls of cereal, it hits me a few hours later, and watch out. It's just you pay the piper, right? You pay the piper. And I was like, you know what? I'll go to bed. Whenever I wake up, I'm sure it'll be, I'll get that notification, and I'll go take care of business. Well, this morning was a little busy. I had to take one girl, one daughter, one place, and then I went to jiu-jitsu. And I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I have a little gas, but it's fine. I'll be done with it. It's fine. Turns out when you go do jiu-jitsu and people are on top of you and pressing on your stomach, hard to control gas. So my apologies, Victor, who was my training partner this morning.
Farted on him?
Oh, he was in my guard. Do you know what that means? That means he was between my legs on the ground. Pressed on my stomach.
What kind of show are we doing here?
I'm just telling you about my morning so far. And poor Victor was point blank range of just couldn't hold it. It was loud. And so, word to the wise, stay away from cereal and milk if you're going to go do
jiu-jitsu in the morning.
If you're rolling around with other guys
or anybody
and pushing hard against their stomachs,
not their stomachs, my stomach.
Well,
if your stomach is going to be pressed on,
if you're stomach to stomach,
yeah, no, it wasn't stomach to stomach. It's more like a fist on the. It's like he's setting a frame.
Yeah,
I mean, jiu-jitsu, Kennedy. Right?
No, I don't.
Oh, I mean, of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my morning. So I apologize to Victor.
It's martial arts. You roll around with dudes.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of choking.
You roll around with other people.
That all sounds very gi.
We are in a gi. That's true. Yeah, it is. It was very gi this morning. But no, Victor's fantastic. He's a great training partner, and I apologize for desecrating the mats. Yeah. And Professor Joaquin also, Gracie Barra-Cypress. Sorry, my apologies. But anyway, so that was my morning. Back to beer. So can I just say that you haven't tried any Yellow Rose, have you? This fresh Yellow Rose.
Oh
no. This
Here,
one.
you want the rest of this
well,
one?
before we get there.
No, just try it. This is not what we're drinking. This is just what we're drinking.
Oh,
yeah, this is just the settling in.
This
beer.
is the settling in beers. Blake brought settling in beers, and then he brought beers to try, and they brought palate cleansers. So that is fresh, less than an hour old Yellow Rose, and it is. Let me tell you, both of your beers. Okay, so there are certain beers, Blake. I'm gonna gush some praise on you real quick. There are certain beers when you drink them. I didn't leave you much. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
You did. It's a good thing we have a lot more.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Yeah.
But there are certain beers that when you take that first drink, that feeling, that. It's like Kennedy has this inaudible, or it's not inaudible, but this uncontrollable. That he does that. He's like, oh.
Well, I didn't fake that one.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I knew it was coming, so I'm like, cue that.
Man, it's been too long since I've had a Yellow Rose, and this is just fantastic.
I had one. Where did I have one? Maybe Backyard Grill.
Yeah,
I think I had one there not too long ago.
Yeah, I was there last Thursday.
So
I
fresh.
had it on. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's just,
Sorry.
but when you try it, it like hits this place in your, like not just hits your stomach and like your olfactory and your taste buds. It hits your soul, right? And says, you're like, oh, Every party, like, that's so good. Gentleman's Relish, I had that the other night. I grabbed a 4-pack of that. Had it with some tacos. I made pork tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it was so good.
Nice.
It did that same, like, you have to pause for a second. And you just kind of look at it. And you're like, you're like, you reevaluate life.
Yeah.
And how good life is. Because life is good.
I tell you, I don't drink a ton of browns, and I stick to usually the hoppier stuff, and I'm always surprised when I go back and have a Gentleman's Relish how much I enjoy it. It's very different from most other browns, and it is a very nice beer.
But man, it goes great with. It was pulled pork tacos. I made a little like apple compote and then some smoked paprika on some red onions that I sautéed up real good, caramelized real good.
So we can have some leftovers for lunch, or
well, if we go grab a red onion, I can whip some up again. But it's all gone.
I'd like to mention something about Gentleman's Relish.
Okay.
I couldn't help but noticing something about Gentleman's Relish.
What?
And it's kind of something you got to look at the screen.
Oh.
Okay. There is some weird thing going on here. Do you see it yet?
Oh yeah, there it is.
So, something weird is going on here.
No, that's Blake.
Oh,
Blake's a
Look at
captain. He's captain of this beer ship.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's him. All their artwork. Yellow Rose. That's
I knew that.
that's also Blake.
I just
Did you know
wanted-
Yellow?
I just wanted to compare the two live.
yeah. Well, it's nice to be side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I must have upset our artist that day. That's why he took my eye out.
It happens.
I
Well, how did it? What's the story behind about losing the eye there? Do we know?
No, like I said, I think I must have upset the artist that day.
like not even an eye patch,
Right?
because that would have been
Don't
cool.
have time for that.
Yeah.
You know why they wore eye patches? True story. You know why? Like, this is real. I'm not joking. So they would wear them even when they still had both eyes.
Oh, they could take it out or move it in the dark.
Yeah, when they would go down below deck, it was dark, so they would and they were fighting, right? You don't want to get like a sword to your
So did they just switch eye patches when they went below deck?
Well, they would just you'd be able to see. So if you go below deck and you flip that eye patch up, then you still have vision.
But you don't have vision in one eye.
But it comes to you in a moment after your eye adjusts. But you're not waiting and getting clubbed about the head or shot or stabbed.
No, but you are missing with your sword because your depth perception is not there.
Sure, but the rum helps. That the
Oh,
rum, that probably
Helps everything.
helps everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, this Yellow Rose. I don't know if it's the best Yellow Rose I've ever had because I've had a lot, and I'd have to, but it's the best one I've had today for sure. And it smells so good. I love this beer. Like, there's a reason why everybody loves this beer because this beer is awesome.
This is the beer I tell everyone to drink when they tell me they don't like IPAs.
It is definitely a gateway IPA.
I say,
Yeah,
you don't like IPAs, huh?
yeah.
Why don't you try
I wouldn't
Yellow
even call
Rose?
it gateway. I'd call it like check yourself before you wreck yourself. IPA.
Yeah.
Don't say something you can't. Don't write a check with your mouth that an IPA is about to cash or something. Did I get that right?
It's a very loose Top Gun reference.
Yeah, exactly. When does the new one come out?
who
Hopefully
cares?
never.
It's about to come out.
I thought it was out.
Was it out already?
I don't know.
Who cares?
You didn't see it?
Yeah.
I saw the new one.
Yeah.
If it's out, I'm not planning on seeing it.
Oh.
Can't be that good.
I mean, what else you got to do?
Stare at blank walls.
It would be better than staring at a blank wall. I want to see what Maverick's going through since that time. He's still a pilot. Why? Anyway, Dean Simpson says he hasn't brewed since February, and he's thinking about brewing a Yellow Rose clone this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do-
Any pointers? That's what he asks.
Well, you want to give them the recipe?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's water, yeast,
Only one type of grain.
Pilsner malt, Mosaic hops.
Mosaic hops, yeah.
Super simple.
Whole cone or pellets?
We use whole cone in the kettle, and then we dry hop with pellets.
There you go. There you go, Dean. Whole cone, kettle,
Super
pellets.
simple.
yeah. Jose with the dad joke level, I'm going to call that 7. He says, don't write checks like CHEX, like the cereal. Keeping it on theme.
Yeah.
So that's a callback. We call that a callback.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was good. Have you drank all your Yellow Rose yet?
That was gone a long time ago.
Well, you did just.
You wanna try the Berliner?
Well, we have a question first.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's
Hold
do
on.
the quiz.
Hold on.
I mean, people are asking about this. So.
Yeah. Check your watches, one and all.
So who are we to deny them?
You know what time it is?
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
And today we are drinking a smorgasbord of Lone Pint. We did do Yellow Rose, but of Lone Pint beers. And our Berliner that we get to try here is, what do we know? I wish we had more information. Oh, wait, Blake.
Oh, here we go. So
I like how you wrote tall boy.
yeah,
That's what all the kids are saying now.
right. So the Berliner was the beer that we did for the Texas Craft Brewers Guild bake sale.
Okay.
So we partnered with Tex Malt. So it's made with all Texas malts. And this is actually the first time we used the Sourvise yeast, which is a genetically engineered yeast strain that, as it ferments, it also kicks out lactic acid along with the alcohol. So we cut it about 60-40 with our house yeast. So you do get just a little bit of souring there.
Man.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
Right.
For
So
a
it's
Berliner.
It's souring without the bacterial infection possibilities.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it's pretty
That's
phenomenal stuff.
Super sciencey.
It's
How does, I don't even know how that, you said genetically
here.
Yeah.
engineered.
So they're doing some really neat stuff with yeast right now.
Do you want to keep some, do you want to try some of this?
I've got another can of it. And I
He,
have some in my
he
glass.
poured himself.
Oh, okay, good. So I'm just
A
gonna,
little.
So if I just, what's the ABV on this one? 5.3. 5.3.
It's not like an overpowering sourness that you get in a lot
No, it's-
of Berliner Weisses.
Right. So it's a real light sour. And here's another can if
I,
you're gonna try some later.
yeah.
But yeah, I was real happy with how it turned out. It was real kind of subtle sourness, and the rye we used in it gives it a, almost a little bit of a spiciness. So.
Mm-hmm. That's fun. I like that a lot.
But yeah, I actually just read an article without trying to bore you guys too much.
I
I've
have to live with Josh, so
Yeah.
you're okay there.
So they're actually using that Sourvise yeast in lab trials right now to generate THC.
Oh.
So they're able to-
Generate THC.
Right. So like how this yeast that we used in the Berliner eats the sugars that we extract from the malts and creates lactic acid and alcohol. They've also genetically modified it to where it kicks out THC instead of the acid and alcohol. And
How
so
does
it's
that, I mean, that's way beyond my,
way beyond my scope, but
it
it's
sounds like
pretty phenomenal
alchemy,
stuff.
like changing stuff into, like lead into gold.
Yeah, Brave New World.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is. It's wild.
I didn't even know that was an option. So you can just, I wonder what else you can take and just make into whatever else. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, what are the components of THC?
Tetrahydrochloride.
And I guess they're all there. Like,
that.
apparently yeast just can go in there and move parts around and just,
Yeah, I guess so.
that's brilliant yeast.
It doesn't get enough credit. Yeast that takes our sugar water and makes it into beer and
Right.
wine and
We wouldn't
such.
have
It's a
beer without
magic.
it.
It's a magic creature.
Yeah. So,
It's a creature, right? It's like,
It's a critter.
yeah, it's alive for sure. Yeah. Bruce Leslie, Griffin
it-
Mead says he loves Yellow Rose.
oh, right on.
They eat, they poop.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah. Dean says thanks for the tips.
Ah, right on.
Yeah. Good luck with your clone brew there, Dean. Take pictures and post. Let us know.
Yeah, bring some up to the brewery. We'll try it together.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah. There you go. So I want to go back to your the new property.
Yeah.
11 acres. 11 acres is a pretty healthy span of land.
Right. So we're actually on 2 properties right now. Both of them are 1/3 of an acre. So 2/3 of an acre is what we're doing everything on right now. The parking lot that we use belongs to the Methodist Church across the street. And even though they are phenomenal neighbors and great folks, it'll be nice to have our own parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you've squeezed every bit out of that property. It is I mean, it is like when you opened up the other side with the big trees and everything in the the outdoor tap room and everything. It's a super pleasant place. Even with Houston summers and everything, it's still super pleasant to have a beer out there, around 7 o'clock, 8, 6 o'clock, whatever, the barbecue, the revelry, and it's great.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we're really excited about with the new property. Also, is it's completely uncleared right now, so has a lot of really large trees on it. And we're
cool.
gonna try and keep that feel of.
I was gonna say, could you take that one big tree with you? But sounds probably hard to do.
Yeah, the landowner now would probably not be cool with that.
Yeah.
We could use it to make barbecue or something.
So if you were talking about this early on the show, I was distracted.
No, we're probably
Now, in relation to the brewery right now,
Uh-huh.
did you already say where the new land is gonna?
You say, yeah.
We did. It's probably 4 or 5 miles east.
Okay.
So if you left the brewery now and went east on 1488 until you got to Magnolia High School, you go just south from there about a half a mile.
It's just right there.
It's
No,
it's 149 and 1488. It's very close to that.
So we're also getting new viewers by the minute. So
No, it's fine.
I don't feel bad about making him repeat that. Now, I'm sorry if I missed this one as well.
Yeah.
I miss a lot when I'm busy.
Yeah. Someone's got to work.
Are you moving the whole brewing operation there? Everything's moving?
Everything is moving.
Okay.
So we will eventually leave the property we're on altogether. So I'm not sure what they'll do with the property after us. We've made a lot of changes to it since it was the auto body shop that we took over.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years ago now.
That's wild that it's been 10 years.
It is, right? So we leased that property in January of 2012, and then we shipped our first beer November 30th of 2012.
Okay. Wow. That's right when I started Interbrews like end of 11,
Okay.
started like into 12. And so, yeah, it was you and so there were 5 when I started, 5 breweries. And then you guys, and then was Clay, like at Cyclers, they were not.
I think he was right after us. Obviously Southern Star, St. Arnold's, No Label, I think was a year before us.
And Buffalo Bayou, and Carbach before
Eighth
Yeah.
Wonder.
they were. Eighth Wonder was a little after you guys, around the same time.
I don't remember
It was
exactly.
close. I could grab the book back here, but
No.
I don't.
It got to be soon,
It was close.
within months.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like y'all were like that. It was the first 5, and then you and Clay, and then Eighth Wonder, and I'm trying to think who else. There's maybe Texas Beer Refinery, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they were after us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was early in the Houston
Yeah.
brewing.
Yes. So, but y'all were like that. Did you ever watch Saved by the Bell? How there was the new class. Y'all were like that.
Yeah.
Y'all would have been like the freshmen when Zach and Slater and them were seniors or juniors.
Yeah, still in high school.
And then now you got like whippersnappers coming up, and y'all are coming back for your reunion.
Now it's like the Full House reboot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuller Lone Pint.
No.
Uncle Jesse's hair is still great. You should appreciate that.
Yeah, and the ants in
Yes.
prison.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, the aunt, the one,
Becky.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
No. Hold on. No. John Stamos
Yeah, but
is Uncle Jesse.
yeah, I understand that.
What's her name in real life? Becky
yeah.
from the show is. Anyway, the whole USC, she like had to bribe them, paid them money to take her kids, who were already Instagram millionaires. But she lied, said they were on the rowing team. They took some pictures of them sitting on a rower.
It's the Olsen twins.
No. They never were part of Fuller House. They have.
Yeah,
they're
because
worth
they-
$1 billion.
They couldn't be bothered.
No.
They're way too high class.
Yeah,
for that now.
they're worth $1 billion probably, right? I don't know why. I don't know what they do. What do they do, Blake?
The Olsen twins?
Yeah.
I think they have like a clothing line or something.
Okay, more power to them. I just don't know. It's like completely outside my.
Yeah.
Purview.
I don't have any of their gear. I'm sure they sell like
All
makeup.
the Lone Pint shirts are made by the Olsen twins.
They'd probably cost a lot more.
Yeah. Jose has a question. Did you see that? He's like, is it getting harder to keep all your brewing equipment made in America?
No, that's something that we've really made a priority. All of the stainless that we have was fabricated for us by Silver State out of Mound House, Nevada.
Okay.
So keeping things as local as possible was really important. We our boilers from Oregon. Really, the only thing that we have that's not made in America is our mill is made in Canada, but we kind of tongue in cheek say that would be ours if we wanted it. So
Yeah.
It's America's hat.
right.
Yeah. Toque. America's toque.
But no,
Did the mill smell of maple syrup when you got it?
no, we haven't tried to mill syrup in it yet, but I imagine that'd probably gum things up.
Yeah.
But I mean, you pay more for it, and we're starting to shop brew houses and things for the new place, and a lot of American companies are opening factories overseas, and they're saying, well, you can trust it because it's American engineering, and it's even though it's maybe made in China or something, you trust us, the metal is what we say it is, and that's always a question. So
when people are really put the emphasis on trusting, you can really trust me.
yeah.
It's like, can you? Is that? There's almost always an inverse of how much I can trust you and how much you insist I can trust you.
Right.
That's just historically. I'm not saying these American companies that make brewing equipment. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, and when you have things made overseas, it's not just a question of that. But right now, things are so weird with shipping. I've heard horror stories of brew houses being stuck in port or stuck in customs or stuck overseas for large periods of time, or depending on who's in office, there's a tariff that you weren't expecting that gets tacked on or something, and that can be a big headache. So
so many things.
That's
All
what.
right, let's let us get to work.
right.
Quit with all the shenanigans.
That's what happened with the Deca guys. Like, they actually, I think their fermenters were lost as they were getting shipped.
Just afloat at sea somewhere.
They got lost in somewhere between wherever they came from in Los Angeles.
Well, yeah, it's like it's got the Pacific Ocean is big, but then
Yeah.
you look at those ports and all the shipping containers and everything. It's amazing that anything gets to where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Jose has a very poignant question that we need to know. Will you be using PEX piping in this new building?
Oh God.
We use a lot of PEX where we are now, and so I would imagine that we'll probably be using some PEX in the new place, at least for the the water piping and things.
So, great question, Jose.
No, it's a great question because with the
thanks-
freeze,
thanks
people
for-
had a lot of bursting
Thanks for
pipes.
asking. I appreciate you asking that.
Listen,
Yeah, I
we're
mean-
not sponsored by PEX, but
We
we
might as
wouldn't
well
say
be.
no. We wouldn't say no.
But man, it's so easy to use, with the shark bite fittings now, and you can just kind of, it's like, Lincoln Logs are, something that's just super easy to put together.
Yeah.
PEX runs. So.
Jose says he's definitely going then. I think he was on the fence if you weren't using
Oh,
PEX, but
okay,
now that you're
well.
using PEX, he's like,
I'm glad I answered that
You're
correctly.
speaking his
He's
language.
not,
seriously, if
Jose
anybody,
is anti-PEX.
yes, this man knows his PEX. Listen, Blake's PEX are very developed. He's kind of leaning over the table now,
Yeah.
but if you were to look at his PEX,
Yeah. Let me know the specs on the PEX.
yeah, flex your PEX with your specs. PEX is great.
Sure.
I don't know if is there a certain company that makes PEX? Do we have a manufacturer that we know of, a
Pex
brand
I
name?
don't know.
International?
Huh?
Pex International?
I don't know. Somebody should hit us up. We should.
I'm willing to bet Jose knows.
Yeah, Jose.
Who's the leading?
Yeah, Jose,
PEX
who's
man?
your favorite PEX
Who's Big
supplier?
PEX? Is there a Big PEX, or is it mostly a craft industry at this point?
I'm pretty
Artisan.
I'm guessing PEX is probably trademarked. It's probably one company that makes it, and then everybody else makes PEX type.
They're the Kleenex of
Right.
flexible yet rigid yet whatever the qualities of PEX are. The miracle that is PEX.
It comes in different colors.
It does come in different colors. Why don't the interior of your walls matter? They need to look fabulous as well. Like when somebody else pulls that thing open later to do a remod,
You should have little messages.
Well,
Written
people
on
do
the
that,
inside.
but you can't do it on the sheetrock because that's the part that gets pulled down. You need it on the studs, but
No, on the other side of the sheetrock.
you don't know which side they're going to pull down.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
On the
but
studs.
if on the studs
On the
for
studs.
sure.
That is nice though that y'all think we're gonna have sheetrock. It's no. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see the piping. You'll be able to see the piping.
Yeah, they're going to flex the PEX. But I think they should come out with I know you need colors that are coated, like red and blue for cold and hot water, right? But if you could do like glycol, should have it. Can you do glycol through PEX?
No.
No.
Well, we use pre-insulated PVC for the glycol runs.
But could you do glycol through PEX?
Jose.
And what would be the color?
Jose, you tell
Jose,
us.
Can we do glycol through PEX?
What would be the?
I don't think so. I've never seen PEX that big. Our our glycol lines are pretty wide. I've never seen.
What's the ID? Inner diameter.
I want to say it's about an inch and a half.
Oh, that's thick.
That'd be a huge.
That's girthy.
That is pretty girthy.
Yeah.
Their PEX is girthy. I wonder, but what would be the color? What's the color of glycol? Glycol's kind of clear, right?
Glycol is clear. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we
Tastes
go.
sweet.
Really?
Yeah. Propylene glycol. So propylene glycol is a food grade glycol.
Oh, can you need it though for real?
You could. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could.
It wouldn't kill
I mean,
you.
you could,
It wouldn't kill you. No.
you could eat dirt.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like okay, if worse came to worse, right? If we had another freeze, and you needed to, and like the glycol was the only thing that wasn't frozen. You need some
so-
sustenance.
Yeah, our glycol doesn't freeze.
There's probably zero
Successful.
nutritional value in glycol.
No, there's something there, right?
I mean, they use it in a lot of cosmetics and things. So
There's something. Jose, what's the
Upanor?
Jose said that's too big. Your ID's too big.
yeah,
So
there you go. And it's under pressure, so
okay,
it's probably not ideal for PEX.
okay.
Upanor?
Upanor.
Upanor?
I don't know.
That's
He says it's the best.
the best.
Okay,
Best packs.
we'll take your word for it, Jose.
All right. If
He's been
anybody's-
listening for years, and now he's bringing the.
Anybody who's in the PEX market,
Yeah, we need a PEX guy.
Look at Upanor.
We need an official PEX rep
Yeah.
for the show. You were just in Denton for the Texas Craft Brewers Guild
I was
meeting. How was that? I always get jealous when I see those pictures. I'm like, oh, I want to be there.
Yeah, no, Denton's great. So I went to school up there for a couple of years, 20 years ago, and it's completely changed. Denton's got a lot of great live music and a lot of really cool bars. They've got a couple of nice breweries also. So it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and this is the first, Brewers conference since COVID. So I haven't seen a lot of these guys in a couple of years, and it was really nice to kind of get back together in person and
Yeah.
chat and catch up and see, who's hanging in there and
Right. Grizzled looks on their face. It's
Yeah.
like, why do you have a hook for a hand? It's like, it's been rough, bro.
I talked to a lot of new people that, they opened up either right before COVID or during COVID. And oh my goodness, I can't imagine that must have been super tough.
Yeah.
But
That brewery's DNA is going to look way different than everybody else's. Like, whoa.
yeah,
Wow.
well, it's funny. Most breweries that have started kind of after us look very, very different than we do because, they've all started as tap rooms and kind of grown. When we started, that wasn't legal.
Yeah.
So, we started as a production brewery from day one with a distributor, and that's completely foreign to most of the people starting out now.
Yeah.
But it's, it's not better or worse. It's just different.
Yeah. You just kind of have to adapt. And then, yeah, it's interesting to see where people jump into the journey and what they're starting with and what came before them. And does that matter? I mean, yes, it does. But to them, it's like, I'll go back and learn my history later. Philip says he knows a place that used Upanor. Upanor? We're going to have to call their Chamber of Commerce to figure out, but for their glycol.
Oh, is that right?
Do you know the name of the place, Philip? That's the biggest question.
Maybe he doesn't want to say.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a big secret.
Maybe it is. It's like a trade secret.
All right, we won't tell anybody, Philip.
We won't tell anybody. Yeah, if you put it on the chat. we
Yeah, just
won't
put it
say.
in the chat.
Just between us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of our
I
thousands.
feel like purple would be a good glycol color.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Well, you had to insulate the lines too, the glycol lines. So you probably wouldn't be able to see it. You could probably do purple insulation over a regular glycol.
Like, 'cause there's gonna be like a sheeting on the outside of the insulate. What's the product? Like, is it just foam insulation? Like the not Rubitex, but is it Rubitex?
So the piping that we use is a pre-insulated PVC. So it's like a pipe inside of a pipe, and there's like a hard foam in between the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you join them, you add a little bit more insulation, and then you wrap that all up.
Okay. So you could use purple tape.
Yeah,
Where you wrap it.
You could.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Deca.
I was at a brewery the other day that did not insulate their glycol, and so you could walk around and look on the floor and see where the glycol lines were above you because they drip onto the floor.
That would be anywhere. Or is it mostly because it's so muggy here? It's gonna be anywhere, right?
I think it's probably just about anywhere.
Okay. As long as, like, if you were in the tap room, like sitting at a table and you're just getting dripped on.
Maybe if you were in like Iceland and they didn't have any
Do they even need glycol
any
there?
heaters,
Yeah.
then they probably wouldn't drip
Okay.
if it like equaled the temperature. inside
Iceland's a
and
very
outside.
nice place.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's green.
Greenland is the place that's awful.
Yeah.
Why is Greenland awful?
It's all
Because-
marketing.
Yeah, it really is from the very
Yeah.
beginning, right? What was his
Iceland's
name?
green and Greenland's ice, right?
Yeah, what was the dude's name? Leif Erikson or whatever it was.
Leif Erikson?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. That's
But
why they
no.
named them what they did. They didn't want everybody going to Iceland, so call it Iceland.
Yeah, no, it'll go.
It's just full of hot blonde chicks and and good beer and
We're
whatever.
going to keep that for us.
Yeah, and then we need to sell this land in this big frozen piece of. Let's call it Greenland. That's what they did. That's the true story. That's the story. History. Boom. Yes. Oh, we got a little
In
more.
between.
I do.
That's your in between ginger, yeah?
Oh, this is the ginger.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
Oh, wait. This is 5%. You
Yeah,
said
it is
palate
5%.
cleanser. I was thinking, oh, they're doing a thing.
Oh, so you have ginger beer that actually has alcohol.
Yeah.
in it.
No, this is proper.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, you go to like the grocery store or whatever, and they have ginger beer. It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah, we have some of that in there. Also, no sugar, and it's
Why, though?
no bueno. Yeah. No, it's.
You don't have to drink the whole thing. We have a little bit in between. In between.
So this ginger, what do you got? Ginger beer? Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah,
Just a
it's ginger beer. Yeah, it's, well, the name we use at the tap room is "Damn, it feels good to be a ginger." But yeah, so a little nod to the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not like when I think ginger beer, I think, oh, this is gonna be sweet, like
Yeah.
overly sweet, like blow me away kind of. I like this a lot.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
real
super
pleasant.
pleasant.
It doesn't have like that overpowering ginger taste to it either.
No, this is
Like
crisp.
sometimes, sometimes you get it, and it almost has kind of a burn to it.
No, I get it now that you're saying palate. This is it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when you're eating sushi. You get a little bit of pickled ginger in between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
like
figured it'd be good for kind of an in betweener as we're trying.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
good.
different
I
beers.
should have trusted you. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, sure.
But,
But no, it's also great out at the when it's 100 degrees outside. It's nice to have something a little bit lighter and crisp like this.
yeah. Speaking of, like, I see a lot of people. Oh, go ahead. Did you-
Oh, I was gonna say this would be a good alternative to hard seltzer.
That's exactly where I was going. Thank you. Now I feel vindicated that I was about to go there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's yes, hard seltzers, right? There's a lot of people making hard seltzers,
Tons
and
of them, yeah.
I'm not. It's not my thing. I like Topo Chico's fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. When I want a non-alcoholic drink, I don't want any sugar. It's fine, right? But
Are you talking about
this,
the Topo Chico hard seltzers?
I don't drink that. I'm talking about just regular old school
Oh.
OG Topo Chicos. But this is nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we. I was looking through social media the other day, and I don't know what I'm pegged as, but an ad came up, and it was a seltzer, but it was an ad for Fireball, and they're like, "Hey, you drinking a seltzer? Put some Fireball in there." I'm like, "What a horrible idea!" Like that seems like it would take something and make it worse.
Yes, person at Fireball that don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It seemed like a sorority party or something that
Yes.
would really get out of hand.
Absolutely, in a heartbeat. But it might. I don't know. I want to be a casual observer there just to see, just to.
What? Just because it's a sorority party?
I just want look. There needs to
You-
be.
You want to be a casual observer?
I just want to be a
sorority-
casual
yeah,
observer.
okay.
All I'm going to say is that there needs to be a fresh set of eyes on that.
Who wouldn't?
Just to see.
I'll bring my pillow in case there's a pillow fight.
Yes, those happen.
Yeah,
you can never.
that's
I have
what I
a.
understand.
I have a the CHP. Concealed carry. CCP.
What?
I don't know. I carry a pillow, but I don't tell people about it. I said too much already. You know
Yeah.
where I keep it?
Yeah, people just think I'm fat. It's really just a pillow, just in case.
It's funny.
Does Victor know where you keep your pillow?
He does now.
Yeah,
He does now.
Okay.
I didn't have it in the right spot. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been such a bad morning for Victor. It was, but yeah. But if anybody's like deciding if they are trying to decide if they should take jujitsu, totally should.
Yeah,
John Holler, he's
Yeah.
been taking it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind getting choked.
Yeah, I took Krav for a while, and we used to fight the jiu-jitsu guys in between classes. It was
And?
always fun.
Who won?
Well, they just lay on the ground, and then we would kick them.
Yes. Yeah, when you change the rules like that, it's you know.
They're like, "Hey, lay on the ground with me." No, thank you.
Yeah.
Just-
No. Jose wants to know, did you know that Kennedy's getting married?
Yeah. I
You
do
knew that?
believe I saw that on the internet.
Okay. Previous.
He's
Getting
very
married.
famous, so is on one of those. It's probably like TMZ or something.
Yeah, I was.
Oh.
TMZ keeps up with the show.
Let me tell you guys.
What's
Sometimes I feel I can't even walk down the street.
really?
Yeah, with all those cameras following me around from TMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kennedy, Kennedy,
Just-
Kennedy.
just toss your pillows and run faster. You're like, oh, he's slow. And like, ha. What's the latest that's been going on with the wedding? Wedding planning.
Well, we got all the invitations sent out.
When did you send them out? I haven't checked the mail in like 3 days. It's fine.
Oh yeah, you guys should be. You should have gotten.
That's
it
so
already.
weird that you didn't get yours.
Oh, did you not get yours?
It's probably in
Oh,
there, right?
let me talk to Julie. I'm sure it's in the mail.
So, all right. So,
This is
invitation to
awkward.
sit out is fine.
Oh.
Listen, if I didn't get it, I'd be like, oh.
Invitations are sent out. We're currently planning the bachelor/bachelorette party.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Or do you wanna disclose where it's
strip
gonna be?
No strip clubs on this one. No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally just talked about my TMZ issue,
I know.
and you want me to let you know where we're gonna be so they can follow us.
Well, give the general like you're doing you're not doing like a tip. You said no strip clubs.
It's a hill country weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the only info I'm giving out.
Okay. So no strip clubs. That's cool. I think that's a bit overdone, right?
Yeah, it's strip clubs in a pandemic's kind of strange.
Yeah, they're all wearing masks. Actually, I saw a lady
That
today.
could help.
Well,
some
I
of them.
mean, that's I would
Like
say
the one
that's
on
a
Galveston
positive.
Island, I think it would probably help.
Yeah. I've never been to a Galveston. I've not been to many strip clubs,
Yeah,
but
I
I've
mean-
never been to a Galveston Island strip
I
club.
mean, you go to the ones where not everyone has their teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got the
You
mask
drag your
on.
cooler in and sit on your cooler. They're very
Oh,
nice.
yeah, one of those.
they're super pleasant. They're just, hey y'all, come on in.
Yeah.
Shug, a lot of shugs being thrown around. Shug and darling. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Good
A lot
call.
of shug, a lot of darling,
Yeah.
a lot of you got any meth.
They don't come out and say it like that. That's not true. They hint around. They're classy.
Yeah.
You don't just come out and be like, yeah. So it's like a couples thing, right?
Yeah.
They're
Sort
doing
of.
it the same weekend or at the same place. You and Jules.
What?
You're doing
Yes.
it right. It's like a
Yeah, we're having
celebration.
We're having a few friends come and join us for this bachelorette party. Why are you acting like this? I invited you.
it's because the audience is not in on. I know, of course, I know, but that's why the conversation needs to be had. I know, but they don't know. Play along, Kennedy.
Yes, it's a bachelorette. That's the new thing now, Jose. Bachelor/bachelorette parties. This is also what you do when you're
Older.
over 30.
Yeah. I'll say this. I was the first one in my group to get married. I got married young. I
Yeah.
was 22.
Ugh. I mean, sorry, I didn't.
I mean, great job.
I mean,
Listen,
oh,
I don't know if I'd
that
recommend
was
it.
a complete accident. Sorry,
I don't know if I'd recommend it to
Did I say
everybody.
that out loud.
But for me, it was the best decision I've ever made.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you. You know my wife, right?
Yes.
So, way above my pay grade. She way out kicked my coverage. But it was, yes, 22, Jose. But it was, none of my friends had any money at 22, of course. And none of them knew, like, oh, what do you do with the, like, nobody knew anything. So my bachelor party was like this last minute, like, I guess we'll do this. It was bad. It was bad. But we don't have to talk about that. What, you brought out something I'm very, very interested in.
Yeah. So we have a new saison.
I saw that. You know, I was going to bring this up before you jump into this. Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to say this. Go ahead and, I think better yet, go ahead and tell us about the saison.
Is this your first say song?
The first time I've tried it.
No, the first one that you guys are brewed.
Yeah, this is the first one that we've brewed. This is actually the first beer that we've brewed with a yeast that's not our house yeast. Also,
Really?
So the recipe was developed by Graham, who is another one of our brewers that's been with us from the very beginning. And we've been doing some different things the last couple of years. Where I know that we were very IPA heavy for a long time. We're kind of branching out and doing some other stuff. So this is Saison Doug. You'll notice Doug is the dog on the label. Here we go. I'm getting a shot of that.
My wife was shopping the other day at our HEB, and I said, look for the saison from Lone Pint.
Yeah.
And I sent her the label and everything. They didn't have it yet, but she's like, "Here you
So,
go."
so Doug is Graham's dog, and he comes to the brewery with Graham every day. And they're actually doing some meet and greets. They did one last night at Catbirds, and they're doing another one coming up this Sunday from 5 to 7 at Sassafras. So if you want to go out and meet Doug from the Saison Doug label, him and Graham will be there.
So he brings his dog to the
Yeah, he
Greet
brings
and
it
meet.
every day.
even like
Oh,
the
yeah,
greet
to the
and
meet and greet, yeah. Yeah, he is.
So when he
is-
goes out to Catbirds, he's gonna bring his dog.
He took it to Catbirds yesterday. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And then he'll be at Sassafras this coming Sunday.
So, typically, on New Year's Eve, my beer of choice is Saison DuPont.
Yeah.
I love the size of the bottle, the cork in the cage. It's very festive beer, right?
Yeah.
And it's that Saison that's like the standard, right?
You'll notice that there's a bit of a nod to that label.
I was gonna say there is the label, the squares and everything. There's an homage. Would you
Yeah.
call it an homage? But did you see where Saison DuPont also go in cans?
Was that right?
Yeah. Which is why I don't know how that one I really don't know how I feel about. It's like, I mean I would get it in cans, but that bottle,
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good looking bottle.
yeah, and that's that style. It just kind of says it just bottles.
Julie just says hi, Blake.
Oh, hey.
She doesn't just say hi, but she did.
She
did.
just said hi.
She says hi, Blake,
Hi,
with
Blake.
a lot of exclamation
Yeah.
marks. Just enthusiastic. So just just imagine the most enthusiastic Jules hi ever.
Yeah.
Which
It's only 3. Most enthusiastic ever is at least 6.
okay.
Oh,
I was gonna
so
say,
I got like a half of enthusiasm.
well, for
There's
Jules, that's
there's enthusiasm. Trust me,
on the Jules scale. That's
when her 3 is most people's 10.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
true. She probably just didn't want to give you a concussion. No, this is fantastic. So
Thank you.
break this down. So I can't help but compare it to Saison DuPont because you did do the homage with the label and it's the same style, but I am noticing differences.
Yeah.
A little more,
So it does have some.
like, is it dry hopped or something? What am I?
It's not dry hop. We do use a lot of crystal hops. in
Okay.
it. And so it is definitely on the hoppier side of Saison. There's some rye in it.
That's
which
it.
is
Yeah.
Maybe getting some of that too.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
then, the Belgian, sort of notes from the yeast. I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, I enjoy this a lot. So it's out in the market.
It is in the market.
Is this
yeah.
a year round or is this a seasonal? Is it once on, one off? or
Well,
what's-
so no, we do plan to continue making it. It'll just kind of depend on how popular it is. I mean, Saison is not, a ultra fruited, sour, slushy, spilled, whatever is like the hot stuff now. So, if it's super popular, then yeah, we'll make it all the time. And if it's seasonally popular, then we'll make it seasonally. We'll see.
When's this proper season? I think Saison goes great with. It's really one of those like the most versatile styles, right?
It is very versatile, and this is a very good version of a Saison. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be popular, and I it's gotten very good feedback so far.
Yeah. What's the ABV on this?
The ABV on the Saison
I
is
know.
7.6.
7.6.
And
Okay,
35
so-
IBUs.
Okay. So it's Saison is a great like pairing, like food pairing beer. There's like lots of cheeses and meals that it goes well with. And this is no exception. This is kind of actually even with like Saison DuPont, this is probably a little more can handle a little more because it has more the hopping and the rye. Yeah, it has a little more of the peppery kind of something. I don't know. I don't have to do a side by side, but it's really nice.
Yeah. So we we don't make very many small beers.
Right.
Our palate cleansers went like 6%. So.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I'm very happy with how it turned out, and we're just kind of waiting to hear back from the market and hear what everybody else thinks. But I think that it's going to be popular.
Come on, market.
I would have never guessed 7.6 on this.
No.
No, you could drink these all day long and you'd
Yeah.
be in trouble.
No, it would. Yeah, this is a great poolside, but it could also go with dinner, like a nice, like, what am I thinking? Like roasted chicken,
Yeah.
dark meat, roasted chicken thighs, like the really, with a little spice.
Yeah.
Seafood, it would be great with.
Doug likes to pair it with grain right off the floor.
There you go, for sure. floor grain. Yeah, that really.
Eats a lot of floor grain, does he?
Oh yeah, so much. Yeah, we pretty much stopped sweeping. He just takes care of it.
Yeah, that's really good. I literally sent my wife out looking for this. She texts me from the beer aisle typically, or before she gets to the beer aisle, because our beer section at RHEB is pretty on point. And like, what am I getting? I was like, look for that saison.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it, not yet. When did it?
I guess 3 or 4 weeks ago is when it came out.
Maybe they were sold out.
They could have been. That's very.
Yeah.
They had, I think they had Jabberwocky and Yellow Rose and Gentleman's Relish, and I went with the Gentleman's Relish, and it ended up singing just perfectly with those tacos. So
There you go.
maybe it was meant to be.
Maybe you should make more tacos and try this one too.
That's true. Tacos are pretty easy. Slow roast the pork,
Now,
or
what's really good is when you can find that Gentleman's Relish on Nitro.
Yeah.
Have you had that? Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
at the brewery, I believe.
Yeah. It's at the brewery.
Yeah.
I think at Thistle, they have they have it on Nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I think I prefer it on Nitro.
Do you?
I do. And excitingly enough, the canning line we're looking at is able to do Nitro beers. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're hoping that we can maybe can some Nitro Relish when the new canning line comes in.
What goes into that? I mean, is it just sending it into the cans, or do you have to put it? Is it?
So
Are there widgets involved? What's that?
So there are actually widgets involved, but there's a new setup. But you have to be able to put the beer in under pretty high pressure. So the canning line we're looking at would be able to do that. So we're hoping to do some nitro stuff in cans.
Does anybody do that other than
Guinness?
Guinness?
Yeah, Oscar Blues does their Old Chub, or is it Old Chub? I believe.
Maybe.
I think so, or at least they have at one point. And other than that, I don't know, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's tried it somewhere. But
That's exciting.
yeah, it is exciting. It is exciting because you could pour it in your glass and watch the cascade. and
Right.
do the whole thing at home or wherever you're at.
It's so much creamier and just rich. It's nice.
Yeah, it's like a down comforter for the inside of your mouth. That's what it is. It's like down comforter with the AC turned up, so it's like cool, and you get in there, and then
Oh, that's the way to go. Yeah.
Philip is saying that Molly's in Spring had it on Nitro.
Nice.
Molly's in Spring.
You got to be careful about that place, though.
They're fine.
Well, they don't do a really good job in cleaning their lines.
No, listen. I don't know about that, honestly. I thought you meant more like getting stabbed in the parking lot, but it's fine.
No.
Everybody needs a hobby.
Yes.
To my knowledge, not that many people have been stabbed in that parking lot.
Very, very few.
Very few.
Of the percentage
Yeah.
of people that go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
How many is a lot?
Of the percentage of people that go, it's probably
We're
2%?
less than
Less than 2%?
Less than 1%.
less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Listen, it has a quality
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a safe bet you're not going to get stabbed in that parking lot.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes. They have darts.
Which ups the stabbing rate, turns out.
Turns out, yeah, it's just bad aim.
They,
It's not stabbing.
So that place
Stabbing from afar.
during Harvey, it flooded. It was under 6 feet of water.
Really?
Yes, under 6 feet of water. So they had to redo basically the whole thing.
So if you get stabbed there, you need a tetanus shot. That's what you're saying.
Well, they had to completely remodel it basically from like the ground up.
Oh, okay.
They did it exactly the same.
Well, go with what is winning.
It used to smell like vomit and broken dreams when you walked in there.
And
Wow.
now,
Molly's.
But now, what does it smell like?
The vomit smell is kind of gone right now.
Broken
Vomit, cigarette smoke, and broken dreams.
It's that's an interesting area. Listen, I love Houston, but there are areas of Houston that are paved with broken dreams. I guess I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of the fine people at Molly's. Jeremy says that the left hand has a pretty extensive nitro line. I guess like their milk stout.
yeah, I know they do their nitro in a bottle,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but I don't know if I've seen any cans that they do.
Yeah.
With
Do those have
nitro.
widgets? Can bottles have widgets?
I
Well, how does the
don't
widget
think
work?
so.
Break down this widget. Like, so when you pop that can, you get that, the whole widget thing. Is it connected to the tab, and do you have to have, or is it the lids, or how does that work?
I've read about it, but I don't really
Just
understand
along
it.
for the ride at this point, just waiting.
Yeah. So we don't have the toy that can do it at this point. So
Oh,
we're not doing it yet.
okay.
But
it's
yeah.
on
From what I understand, it's something with high pressure, and then when you open it, it blows out the nitro.
So there's not a bladder thing in there?
I don't think so.
A bladder full of nitrogen or something?
I mean, I like the old ping pong ball ones that Guinness used. Those
Yeah,
were-
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? It was
But
like,
these, I think, are built into the cans.
oh, like the lining?
No, it's like I've seen it built into the lids, and I've seen it built into the bottom of the can as well. So I don't.
That's
I'm not
cool.
sure. Yeah, there are a few different ways you can do it now, I think.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
I need PBS or somebody to get into this and do a show on that. I'm sure somebody's done it, right?
Yep.
Yep. Did you enter Jeffrey? Hello, Jeffrey. Welcome to the show.
I did not, Jeffrey.
You didn't enter the
I
Southern
didn't.
Yankee work
No,
share
I've been
competition.
kind of slacking on my brewing.
You
lately.
do have a wedding to plan.
Yeah, but that shouldn't interfere with my brewing.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
But
right.
I will admit I've been slacking on my brewing.
What about Jules? Is she still brewing?
She's been.
No.
It's fine.
No.
Brewing is one of those things that will wait on you.
Uh-huh.
Brewing is patient
Yeah.
as a home brewer.
It doesn't feel like that to me.
Well, you're in a slightly different situation. So when you get to this new, have you already started the new brewery, the new land, the promised land, the 11 acres of magic?
Yeah.
Have you named one? Have you named the land yet? I feel like 11 acres is large enough to have, there was the Ponderosa,
Oh yeah.
and Bonanza.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have a name for it, like the
Yeah.
something.
What do you have to? What qualifies as a compound?
I feel like a
Does it have to have a fence? Needs a
compound. I
fence
feel like has to have some sort of underground bunker.
It's got to have a.
Are you gonna have a cellar like a?
It has to have a fence with barbed wire on top of it.
There should be
be
some.
a-
Compound to me feels like barbed wire should be involved somewhere.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
not.
Maybe not a compound,
compound.
but
Compound needs a leader.
you do need a leader and probably
Yeah.
an acoustic guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of guns.
yeah,
Oh, we've got that.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
what I was gonna say.
Yeah. That's a low bar.
It's Lone Pint, but it's like all the guns. So, they're fine. Yeah, acoustic guitar. You good there?
Yeah, but in Texas, when it's over 10 acres, you can shoot anything you want on it. That's the rule.
Skeet shooting, tap room, skeet shooting, trap bays and
Lone Pint.
pints.
Lone Pint Brewery / shooting range.
Yeah. Yeah. What did Philip just say? Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy's in Oklahoma, correct? Jeremy in
Yeah.
Oklahoma. He says they have. Are you still talking about Left Hand? Nitro sorted packs and cans from Left Hand.
Okay.
I think that's where
Yeah,
we
there's
went. Yes. No.
something I've
Yes.
seen
Okay. And then Coke bottom glasses. What does that mean? Coke. Is that the ones where they fill it from the bottom? Is that what he's saying?
Coke bottom glasses is usually what they say about people that wear real thick glasses.
Like, I guess he's
Is he
talking
talking
about
about you, Kennedy?
Maybe. People make fun of me all the time.
you. Yeah. I went and put in my contact lenses because last week
Uh-huh.
I think I wore my glasses as well. And we're just two dudes in glasses,
Uh-huh.
and we need to switch it up.
So if I can change the subject for
Sure.
a second.
I don't know what we're talking about, but yeah, absolutely.
Blake, you may not be aware of this, but apparently your bottle caps are like a hot commodity.
Is that right?
Really?
Did you know this? So when I was preparing for the show, I ran across this, and you can't see it, but I'll explain what's going on here. I found somewhere on eBay somebody's selling one single bottle cap for $3.49.
Holy
Really?
cow, yeah,
Not
so-
even a new one. It's a used one.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't have a big dent in the middle like the one I have from the bottle I opened.
$3.49
What?
plus another $3.99 for shipping.
Holy.
So
Where is this at?
So potentially
see it.
$7.50
Is this on eBay?
for one bottle cap. Yes, this is on eBay.
Wow.
Do they take Bitcoin?
I don't know. I don't know. So apparently your bottle caps are worth a whole lot of money.
Well,
So I'm going to hold on to these once you brought it over here today.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this: if if you want them cheaper, just come find me. I'll do it for $3 flat.
I had one of those.
$3 no shipping.
I had one of those the Texas beer with the holes for the bottle caps. It was a Texas shape.
Yeah.
And then Bosco got a hold of it, and then it was shredded. It was just completely shredded.
Yeah.
And he just chewed the whole thing up.
All right. I guess it looks like Jeffrey looked into it a little bit more.
$4 for shipping from Ohio.
$4 to shipping, and it's the seller's in Ohio.
Okay, so that's a question. So Yellow Rose around here it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But sometimes beers take on a life of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Rose was one of those beers, especially I don't know. When did it blow up? Was it right when it was released?
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be a one-off. I mean, we didn't think we were going to make it except for one time. It was one of the few beers that, we had put out commercially that I think it was our first beer actually that we put out commercially that we did not test batch. So our first batch of Yellow Rose was 1,000 gallons. And back then Mosaic was still HB 369. Nobody was really using it.
Yeah.
And our hop purveyor reached out to us and said, "Hey, there's this new hop. Nobody's really using it. Do you think you'd want to try it? We have a bunch of whole cone. Y'all are the only ones dumb enough to use that." So we say, yeah, send us a box and then hold us another box in case, it turns out, okay, we might want to make a second batch.
Mm-hmm.
And so we made it, and, we all thought it was good, but we didn't know that it was going to be received like it was. And so we put it out, and it got a couple of really early followers. I mean, this is very, very early in Lone Pint. And so we called them back. We said, "Hey, go ahead and send us that second box. This might be a thing." And they said, "Well, it is kind of a thing. It's called Mosaic now." And we sold your second box. And so Trevor, my brother-in-law and partner, spent the next year and a half until we could get a lot contracted, kind of begging and stealing Mosaic from anybody that had any. And but yeah, it was a surprise to us that it kind of took on this life of its own. A lot of it we got some really good press early on. This was right after Hay Merchant opened, and Kevin Floyd was getting interviewed by every publication everywhere because it was the first big beer bar in town, and every time he would do an interview, he would talk about Yellow Rose and how it was the best thing going, and that was really cool. I think back then he was going through 10 half barrels a week. It was insanity. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of took on a life of its own and grew, and it got more support from other kind of beer influencers in town, and kind of grew into what it is now. And even though the influencer kind of population has moved on, it's something that is kind of become, a staple Texas beer. And even though it's not like the cool, hip, brand new thing anymore, it's still one of those really high quality, approachable, consistent beers that people, know what they're getting when they go to the grocery store or wherever, and they know they can find it. And they like it a lot. So it's been great for us. It's built, the business that we have now.
Do you ever find, speaking of this person from Ohio selling the bottle cap, is there beer trades and stuff like that? I don't know. Are we still in that where people sell beers for a absorbent amount of money online? Is that still a thing that happens, or are we past?
I don't know. I know that people were doing that for a long time, and I know that Yellow Rose is very tradable.
Yeah.
I was never big into trading beer, just because I don't know. I tend to be a little bit lazy on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the idea of me going to the grocery store and getting beer and then packing it and then shipping it and then hope that they, send me something back is, but I don't know. It's just more work than I'm willing to put in. But it was neat to hear stories of what people were trading it for and how well received it was, around the country, and people that have taken it on trips, out of country or out of state, always get great feedback on it. So
yeah.
It's humbling when people like something that much. But yeah, I don't know if that's still a thing, the beer trading as much as it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of lazy. It never. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do what for who? Oh, I don't want to do that for myself.
I had to. When I first started brewing, I did a Christmas beer, and I sent it out as Christmas presents to family and stuff. I'm never doing that again because it ended up being like just for one bottle of beer, it was like $9 to send it.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm like, that's enough. I spent like $150 just on shipping.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, nah,
I mean, it was a good beer.
it was all right.
Yeah, it was good. It was fine.
That was back in when I first started brewing, so I was using extract, and
That's fine.
that was
You can
probably
make good beers with extract. It
it was-
may have been a little overspiced. I'd have
it
to
was
age
definitely over. So I put way too much like cloves in it.
it. Yeah.
It was like a clove bomb. It wasn't great.
I love that though. I think that I just like professional brewers. I think home brewers kind of go through a life cycle, right? So most of the home brewers I know, they're like, oh, someone gave me a Mr. Beer kit. I did it and I made it and it sucked. And so I decided, it was kind of fun. I'm gonna try and make beer that doesn't suck. So I went and bought, something that was just slightly more expensive, and then started making beer, and I was real happy with it, but everybody else thought it sucked. So I got better, and then I made Christmas gifts for everybody, and they all liked it. And then, it kind of grows from there. And I think that's part of the life cycle. It's, it's kind of like, how professional brewers kind of move through a lot of the same sorts of things. You talk to avid beer drinkers that, kind of start with a half a Weizen or something, and they move into IPAs, and they move into giant stouts, and then, they kind of end at,
He's blown up.
Sorry, I got like multiple phones around here.
and they end at like Pilsners again, and they kind of, starts over. So it's neat. Yeah. I mean, I think the Christmas gift first, I think one year I did a habanero mead or something, and I put it in those flip top Grosch bottles. And I, printed labels on, the Avery white labels, and I had made like a, silly logo, and, hand labeled all the bottles and gave them out as Christmas presents.
I did. I made it one step further than that. I not only did I make the special label with the Christmas beer, I dipped all the tops in wax.
Oh, that is big.
Yeah.
Where did you get the wax? Was that from Preston?
The wax?
Yeah.
I think.
Or just go to Hobby
No,
Lobby?
I literally got on eBay and like bought like this wax dipping kit.
Was it somebody in Ohio?
I don't. It was off. Not eBay. I'm sorry. Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon. So yeah, it took a few goes to get the wax consistency just right, and actually, there were crowns involved in it too.
You had to melt crayons?
I think
Wait, say
so.
that again. How do you say crayons?
Crayons.
What'd you say?
Crowns.
Crayons?
Crowns.
Where
That's
you
all
from?
they say.
Where are you
in
from?
Texas.
Are you from
Crayons.
Maryland?
Crayons.
Or Virginia?
Crayolas. Yeah.
How do you say it, Blake?
I think in Texas we just say crowns.
Crowns. Yeah.
Crayons?
Yeah.
I think crayon.
Cra-
Crayons?
crayons.
It's one of those things you think too much about it, and then it starts. You have
Yeah,
to
it
you have
sounds
to
weird
get somebody
no
off
matter what.
guard to know how they really say it. Crayons. Crayons? Does that sound right? Is that fine?
No, my wife reminds me every time I ask for the writing utensil that uses ink that I say it incorrectly. I always ask for pen. She goes, pen? Like pen?
See what
A
you
pen.
just said sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so it does to me too.
Where's she from?
Pennsylvania.
How does she say it?
Pen?
Pen.
Pen?
Pen.
I don't
Not
know.
pin.
I don't know.
Pen.
Give me a pen. And she's
Oh.
like, oh, like the thing
Yeah.
you wear on your shirt? No, I don't want a pen. I want a pen.
You just say now. Now you just say, "Give me a writing utensil."
Just give me
And
something to write with.
the number after 9 sounds just like what you put on a roof, right?
Yeah.
So it's 10.
10.
10.
10.
Yeah.
It's not 10.
Yeah.
I could
I don't know.
like the cans, the 10 cans,
10 cans.
10 roof,
Tin roof. Yeah.
9,
Busted.
10.
Yeah. Love Shack. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did we have
Really deep stuff here.
one more beer to try?
Oh, we have so many more beers to try.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ask Blake to the studio unless you're ready to have Blake to the studio. What do we got?
All right, so if you want a ginger in between, It's a palate cleanser. There's another.
I'm good on.
I got a little bit of ginger.
Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I still have some. Okay. Yes. That's the Berliner.
My 5% palate cleanser.
Right. So next, we're gonna do El Cuero, which is our white stout.
Oh, the white stout. Okay. I had like a whole thing about this,
Yeah.
but I'll probably just hold off on that. I don't want to get too heated on the show. It's just about like
One
we
of those
shouldn't.
shows.
Huh?
One of those shows.
Well, no, it's like I was actually thinking about this in the shower of all places, Blake. But
It's good to know
I
that's
thought
what
you were
you
going
think
to say I
about
was
me.
thinking about taking a dump.
no.
I try to do a lot of my things.
So I was laying there with Victor in the shower.
Yes, no, Ed. Like this is one of those examples of where we can't judge how something looks about what's on the inside,
Right.
right? You have to really put your mouth on something, put it in your mouth to really understand what a person's like.
So
Never
to
mind.
really understand a person, you have to put them in your mouth?
No, okay, so
That's kind of what I just got out of that.
so somewhere the
I
you know,
kind
the
of feel like we
analogy-
need to get Victor to call in.
it breaks down a little bit.
Victor.
No, what I'm saying is
Victor's still in
we
the
can't
hospital.
we can't judge, we can't decide how we're gonna approach things based on outward appearance. You really have to get into somebody, learn and like get to know them, just like a beer, right?
So you're saying to know someone, you need to get into them?
Sit
You
down
did-
with them.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was a family show. No, I didn't.
That tastes like that's a stout,
Yeah. Right. So
like a coffee stout. Like is there coffee in this?
there is coffee in this. So so the idea of a white stout, right, is to have a beer that looks light in color, that tastes or has all those roasty notes and bitter notes of, you know, the dark malts that are typically used in stouts that make it that dark color. So we kind of cheat a little bit to make it like it is. So we add cocoa nibs to get those chocolatey notes that you'd usually get from the roasted grains.
Mm-hmm.
We also use concentrated cold brew coffee that we get from Cuvée out of Austin.
Yeah.
So we partner with Mike McKim and the
Yeah.
folks
Mike's
at
great.
Cuvée.
Follow him on Twitter if you don't already,
Yeah.
or wherever, social
Yeah.
somewhere.
He's good people. In fact, when I was making this beer, I had test batched it with another concentrated cold brew coffee. And I told him about it, and I said, hey, you know, what do you think about making the coffee for us? You know, we like your coffee, and we keep his nitro cold brew on tap at the brewery. So I was like, yeah, it'd be cool if you did it. I was like, do you make a concentrated cold brew coffee? He said, well, I don't make one, but I can. And I told him the one that I had used. He goes, well, what if I do one like that, but like make it to where it tastes good? I was like, absolutely not, Mike. That sounds like a horrible idea. But he did. And I go, this is going to sound like a really stupid question, but how do you make concentrated cold brew coffee? And he looks at me like deadpan, like, you idiot. He goes, more coffee, less water. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, great guy, great coffee. But yeah, so we partnered with him on that, and then you kind of get the thicker mouthfeel. We use some rolled oats and some rolled barley in it to kind of thicken it up a little bit. And then yeah, I mean it turns out tasting, you know, just, you know, very much like a stout. And we didn't want the coffee to overpower it. You know, we didn't want it to be a coffee beer. We just wanted to get that kind of bitter note, and then some of the chocolatiness from the coffee, and then the chocolate from the cocoa nibs. So, and then people ask about the name. You know, what's El Cuero? El Cuero is, you know, basically Spanish for like cowhide. So kind of that black and white idea of. Yeah. Turns out if you make something that's light in color, that's typically dark in color, the names are either taken or tend to be super offensive. So we didn't want to go that route. But El Cuero is actually a lake monster that is known down in, I think it's like Argentina. It's down really close to where the coffee beans are sourced. And so that's kind of why you have the South American looking dude riding the monster on the label.
There's also a Cuero, Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it at?
I think it's South Texas.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cattle down there, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
It's a
surprised.
Cuero, Texas.
Okay. Cool. They have a brewery there?
I don't know.
Not yet.
No. But yeah, like I've had white stouts before, and like you drink them, they don't really taste to me like a stout.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't get like the roastiness or anything like that. This one, it actually tastes like a stout.
Yeah.
If you were to drink this in a room with no lights on, you'd have no idea.
I mean, it doesn't have quite the same mouthfeel as like a traditional stout.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the stout, really.
But yeah, flavor wise, I would
Have,
say.
have you ever considered a black Pilsner?
No, but I was talking to someone the other day about a black pepper pilsner that used to be made by a brewery up in Dallas. So I think that would be pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I say do all the beers that look like one beer but are completely different.
Have you guys ever, or would you ever brew a lager?
Yeah, so we've been playing with some lagers. The problem is right now we just don't have the tank space to, kind of commit to something for 6 weeks. Most of our beers, they move through the brewery in about 2 or 3 weeks. So, to double that time would lock down some tanks for a while. So I think in the new place, it would be much more feasible. And we have played some with the, however you say it, Quebec.
Yeah.
We played with some of those yeasts. I mean, they just don't quite have the same lager feel as much as, we want them to be a thing. I'm sure there are some people out there making some great lager-like beers, but we haven't really gotten there yet. So, hold on. I think when we get to the next spot, we'll definitely put out some lagers.
Lagers I've seen more lagers lately.
Yeah.
People are doing Pilsners and stuff like that. I mean,
and there's some really good ones out there, and having these super hot, high 90s, 100-degree days, lagers they've got a great place in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to, sit down and get through a 8 or 9% IPA or white stout and, in August. So
Isn't it funny how you need, like, your beer has to be from something cooler to be enjoyed on the hottest day? You know what I'm saying? Like the lagering process and everything is cold. It's like a cold thing, cool thing. But yet it's best on a hot day. But it's like it's almost in its soul has like a cool kind of thing. I don't. Maybe no.
So you like that beer that's cold brewed, right?
No, actually, you know what? For the first time in close to 20 years, I had one of the staple macro beers. I went to a rodeo in Bryan.
Yeah.
And I had a Coors Banquet beer.
Nice.
And it was
Tap the Rockies.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It's whatever. I know there's people that like it. People I respect that like it a lot.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, there's a place for all of those things.
Yeah. And it was that place because they didn't have any other beer. It was hot.
Yeah.
So, and the rodeo in Bryan is, that's like, like the Houston rodeo is big. Whenever they do it again. I'm sure they'll do it again someday.
I think it's coming up this year.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they're bringing it back.
Okay.
I think George Strait's playing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next year.
Next year, 22?
Yeah.
Wasn't it
It's
March?
usually in March,
March,
yeah.
So it'll be next year.
Okay. But it coming up.
You said George Strait?
Yeah, he's playing again.
What's your favorite George Strait song?
I don't know.
You're in Texas, you have to say all of them.
Can you name one?
Yeah.
What?
All my exes live in Texas.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it just took you.
Amarillo by morning.
There you go.
Troubadour.
Sure.
Troubadour's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my George Strait.
All right.
It's this new country I don't like.
It's not all the new country. It's the popular country or the pop country. There's pop country and then there's
Modern country.
No, there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's some Texas stuff coming out that's really good. Sorry. Man, I'm popular today.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry, man. Jeffrey says he's got a beer fermenting now with Lutra, Lutra.
Yeah, that's one of the Omega strains of the Quebec yeast.
Oh,
Yeah.
so how many Quebec or Quebec, how many strains are there? Is it a bunch?
So many. So originally, when people first started hearing about them, there were these kind of farmhouse like blends of all of these crazy strains together, and then they were just blowing out these ales mostly, or ale type beers with this yeast, and they were fermenting them at like 100 degrees, and just crazy stuff, and they were done in 2 days. We did a with that same yeast that he's talking about. We did a test batch on a Pilsner like beer. I think it was like 9 days, like grain to glass. It was super fast. And now that the labs have found that people like these strains, they're starting to kind of tease out all of the different genetically different strains of this type of yeast. And so they have ones that are kind of set up for ales and some that are fermenting, really, really clean for lager-like beers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can ferment some of these. You can ferment lager-style beers at 70, 75 degrees. But the high end of the ranges that you see from the yeast purveyors say that you can do them up to 90 or so, but you're still... It kicks out kind of like some sweet estery flavors, and it's hard to get that really clean lager flavor, at least the way we've done it so far.
Yeah. Jeffrey says he's got his temp at 90 right now.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a heater on it. Or just sitting out
Just
in the
leave it in the garage, yeah.
Yeah, just leave it in the garage. Man, my garage is...
But yeah, as a home brewer in Texas, man, that Quebec stuff has got to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's a whole nother investment to do lagers and stuff, especially in in Texas. Yeah. So I keep my house pretty cool.
I whenever I lager, I know I'm not going to be able to brew another beer for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
it takes all my fermenter space.
Yeah.
So that Pilsner we did with pretty much all Pilsner. We used a little bit of Carapils and then Tettnang for the hops and that Lutra for the yeast, and it came out really well. But it just wasn't quite lagery enough. It had some of those esters and things and some of the sweetness that kind of came over from the yeast, and it's great if you want to get close. I just don't know that it's good enough for a professionally sellable beer. But if you don't have the lagering setup, you don't have the equipment, you don't have the time to wait, then it's a really great alternative. And like I said, they're doing some really neat stuff with yeast these days.
Yeah, your new 11 acres though. If you wanted to dig some cellars, then you could be a compound, but you could also have beer cellars.
Yeah. I think our water table is probably a little bit high for that, but
that's when you build it up and then you go down underneath the.
Yeah, no, I have seen some of the fabricators and stuff that we've been looking at since we've started kind of shopping brew houses and things, that they're doing stackable lager tanks and things now where they don't take up. You can buy a horizontal tank, but it's not going to take up your whole brew house because you can stack them.
Oh, cool.
And so there's some neat stuff like that that's happening out there, but we haven't really made any final decisions on new equipment yet, but we're working on it, and the research is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Houston not cellar friendly. That's just kind of where we're at.
Yeah, you better have a pump.
Yes.
You better hope it never goes out.
I think we're about to do one more beer.
So
is that the gin?
Yeah, it's the gin barrel aged Jabberwocky. And then we have, if y'all want to grab a second glass, we have regular Jabberwocky if you want to do it side by side.
Do we want to do that? For science?
I'm not
it's science.
for the sake of science, yeah.
Yeah, somebody grab some. There's all the glasses up there.
I got this.
So y'all
I got this.
Y'all are closer than I am. Thanks, Kennedy. Kennedy's world class. What's are you a producer?
Huh?
Are you a executive producer?
Sure. Jabberwocky. So.
Jabberwocky's a double.
Can we use IPA glass?
So he's the executive producer.
I think so.
Is he who I complained to that my name is misspelled?
Is it misspelled? That's a typical Kennedy.
This whole time your name's misspelled?
It's misspelled every time I do this show.
That's him. That's who you complain to, but it won't change.
I see.
It's not Neider.
It's I before E, unless after C.
Oh, Mario says, thank you for your time and generosity at the BYG last Thursday. You guys rock.
Oh yeah, right on, man. Hey Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Yeah, we had a great time. That was I told you we were at Backyard.
Yeah. They have great food, great atmosphere. Just a cool spot.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it was a lot of fun, and the people were super cool.
Great beer list. Yeah, all that.
Well, we were on it, so yeah. But no, I actually dug into my cellar and I took a bunch of stuff. Like I had some of this stuff, but I also had like our old port barrel aged ghost pepper porter and some other fun stuff.
Okay, so this is gin and jabber. Here you go.
Guess what's not misspelled anymore?
It only took you an hour and a half.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
How was it misspelled?
It was. I did EI instead of IE.
It's totally fine. I'll just get marked.
You did EI?
Yeah.
Well, it's I before E, except after Neiderhofer. So this is classic.
Yeah,
jab.
it's just regular Jabberwocky.
All right, I'm gonna need another. Hand me another glass.
I even got you an
There you go.
IPA glass.
I need my IPA glasses have been broken.
Well, I'll do both. I'll suffer here and do both English stout glasses.
Suffer. Did you get an IPA? What do you think about beer specific glasses or style specific glasses?
It's okay if you think it's a bunch of BS.
No, I mean I'm
not
fine with it. Like, I don't know. It's not my thing.
You don't own any IPA glasses?
No, I think I own 2 or 3. I have one from Southern Star's anniversary. I have one that was a test glass from Grandstand, and then I have one of the early Rydell ripoffs. I think that Sam Adams did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
I
funny
mean,
that
so the IPA glass that was originally a wine glass, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is
because
totally fine.
I think it might have come from like Sam Calagione talks about that because it was him and Sierra Nevada. It was him and King Grossman, I think, that kind of came up with it. At least that's the story they put out. Maybe Spiegelau or whoever it was were like, "Hey, we've got this glass. Do y'all want?"
Yeah, but you remember when they launched it? They launched it like in Red Lobster. Like that's how they were gonna get it known.
They launched
In Red
it
Lobster?
in a Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Listen,
like
Cheddar
that.
Bay biscuits are legit, bro.
Yeah, well, go Darden, right? Like, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not real fussy about my glassware. I even though we've transitioned over to 16-ounce Nonics in the tap room, I'm still a huge fan of our old 20-ounce Nonics.
Yeah.
And so that's almost exclusively what I drink out of. I'm just a sucker for them. I like those for everything from cocktails to beers to everything. So that's cool, man. If you like beer more out of a different shaped glass, by all means do it. But it's just I don't.
I'll admit I'm a sucker for like, oh, this is for this style. Yes, it makes it better.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man.
I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah, I don't hate.
Although Hefeweizen glasses, that's good. Like, it's tall, right?
Yeah, no. Like I said, if you enjoy it more, then by all means, man.
All right, which one are we trying first?
I don't.
The OG.
I'll be honest. I don't remember which one I poured first.
Well, you'll be able.
Wait, which one's the lighter one?
Yeah, you'll be able to tell. Trust me, you'll be able to
Which
tell.
one's the lighter?
The lighter one should be the regular one.
Okay.
The regular.
Yeah, this is OG. This is the OG Jabber. It tastes like Jabberwocky. Tastes delicious.
There you go.
Jabberwocky's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, you went straight with gin?
No. This is Jabberwocky.
Oh,
This is OG.
okay. Yeah, Jabberwocky's great.
So for those of you guys that are like, oh my gosh, I see all the Lone Pint stuff, but I don't see gin jabber at the store ever. That's because it's taproom only. So we do still have a bunch of 4-packs. We did a big release at July 3rd. We did kind of a music festival, and so we wanted to have a special beer release. So we didn't do label approval for it, so we didn't ship any of it outside of the brewery, but you can buy 4-packs at the taproom still.
Cool. So where are we at? Oh, well, I'm going to try this gin jab.
Ooh.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kicks it
Wow.
up from 8.5% to about 9.5%.
Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
the
that.
flavor side, it's like
Plus, yeah, you get gin from it too.
yeah, it's like the gin, and then there's like this. It's like a what would I call it?
There's a lot going in my
vanilla,
mouth
is that
right
like
now.
a vanilla kind of, not vanilla, coconutty kind of. Like do you
Yeah.
get from the? Is it
It's from the barrel.
the barrel? You get this coconutty kind of, almost like a. I wouldn't call it maybe like almost like you're on the beach. But
There's a lot going on.
there's a
in my
lot.
mouth,
Yeah.
in my mouth right now.
in your mouth right now, yeah.
A whole lot going on.
Zoom in. Let's look at
No,
that.
that's not. It's not.
Let's not. But that's
No.
really that's really good.
Thank you.
It's amazing what barrels do.
Yeah, it
Barrels
really
are-
is.
Barrels are like they're cool.
So we usually do one big barrel release every year around our anniversary. So this year we have our Wanderer, which is our barley wine that's in different levels of charred, brand new oak barrels. In the past, we've done Yellow Rose and Chardonnay. We
Yes,
did.
I was going to bring. My wife still talks about that.
Yeah, we did Ghost Pepper, Porter, and Port wine barrels. We did Tornado Shark and Apple Brandy barrels.
Yeah, that was great.
So we've done a few of them. This Gin Jabberwocky was not an anniversary beer, but it was one that we did as a one-off in larger scale. But we have started doing some small batch taproom only stuff, and so we have a farmers market that we do once a month, and we always line that up with a barrel release, and it's taproom only. You can come in. We have it until we don't. But you can fill growlers and crowlers, and you can obviously drink it on site. But we've done, we just did Gentleman's Relish with in a port wine barrel with cherries that turned out just incredible.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But yeah, we have lots of different things. The Berliner that we did, we aged in salt barrels.
Salt barrels.
Yeah, so they take these bourbon barrels and they age salt in the bourbon barrels.
Okay.
So it was this neat kind of Berliner Goza kind of mashup that turned out pretty well. It was like super salty, so you could cut it with some of the regular Berliner, and it was actually really, really good. But
That's interesting.
so yeah, we're doing a lot of experimental stuff, but you gotta come out of the tap room and try it.
Yes. Well, and you should. Like, you owe it to yourself. You'll have a great tap room, just place to enjoy the beer. I mean, when you're that close to where the beer is made and all of that, there's an extra element of just, I don't know, you like connection, right? You're just connected to the beer, and then you got the barbecue.
Yeah, and right now we're rotating food trucks. So usually on the when we do the farmers market day, we usually have 2 food trucks, and then we have a dessert truck. Like last time it was shakes, and they have these just crazy, wonderful like milkshake ice cream things that are just killer.
Somewhere
Did,
in
did all the boys come?
They did to the yard.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, somewhere my daughters are like, let's go. When are y'all doing
Yeah.
the dessert truck again?
Well, you can always find out where our food trucks are and stuff on Facebook.
Facebook, part of it.
So
Okay.
we try to keep those updated. And then the farmers markets we do on the second Saturday of every month, and then we just started doing a nighttime one on the fourth Friday of every month, also. So
Okay.
and then we do lots of stuff out at the tap room. We have live music every Saturday, and then we do like trivia on Fridays and bingo on Sundays, and we have a cornhole tournament coming up on August 21st. So we're always doing different stuff.
Yeah.
But all of that information's available on Facebook and on our website as well. If you don't do Facebook,
Okay. Follow.
and if you don't do Facebook and you don't do the internet, then ask your kids or talk to somebody else.
somebody.
Or just show up?
Right?
Just-
Just come out.
There's always
Yeah.
something good going on. What are you like? So, what are your hours? Like, are you open? What days are you open? And then hours?
So Sunday through Thursday it's noon to 7, and then Friday and Saturday it's noon to 10, and then that's it. So,
Okay, and then food trucks are there.
we have food trucks Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay, there you go. All right. So your week is set. You know what to do. You know where to be and when to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at the upcoming announcements to anticipate.
I think we need a schedule though when you're going to be at the brewery.
Oh, and I'm going to be lucky
I
for
think
you. I'm there almost every day.
I
So.
think the last 2 times that Julie and I went, you and Heather weren't there.
Oh,
We were so upset.
bummer.
Yeah.
Call me.
Yeah, I always text first.
I'll let you know. Hey, we're showing up.
Yeah.
No.
You're gonna make a
And,
special. You're gonna make a special trip out there. For
I'd be
us?
like, that's super weird. Like, I didn't get that invite to the wedding or the bachelor party. or
Hey,
the-
I'm not the one in charge of sending out invitations, so
I will.
talk to
I will
Julie
send
about
you.
that.
I will send you 300 or 400 bottle caps for your
And sell them on
wedding
eBay
present.
and fund the whole
Oh
thing.
man,
I know.
you know,
You're gonna be rich.
I don't know if you remember, but you did give me a bunch of bottle caps.
I do remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
you're
a
gonna use them for your homebrewing.
yeah. There was a show. I don't bottle anymore.
See, that's
But-
part of the life cycle too.
Oh,
Everybody's
man.
like bottling sucks. I'm
Bottling
going to kegs.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Bottling
going to
does
kegs.
suck.
Bottling sucks.
Violent sucks.
No,
Keg your
but-
beer.
But we had a show one time, and I was saying how much I love using the Lone Pint bottles to when I bottled, I love those things. So I show up at the brewery one day, and Blake just comes out with this box of bottles for me. Like, oh man, that's like one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me. And then like a big bag full of bottle caps. And now, if I would have known what I know now, I would have like immediately started selling these bottle caps on eBay.
I think the jabber's working. Yeah. Imagine selling uncrimped bottle caps.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. If
I
you could get a used one for $3.50, you could probably sell
that
it
was
on Crib for like
used.
$7.
New.
$7
I think
per.
I still have some new ones.
So cool story. There is an artist in California that contacted us because he likes the idea that we have 4 different bottle caps in all of our boxes. They come just mixed together randomly, and our boxes come in 10,000 cap boxes. And
10,000 times $3.50 a piece.
That's for you.
That is a
New
lot.
ones are more like
Man,
$6.
that's some money there.
we pay less for them, but yeah, he makes bottle cap mosaics.
Oh.
And he likes ours because they're different colors and patterns, and so they kind of fit in different places. But he'll buy 3 or 4 boxes at a time and pay for the shipping to California. It's a fortune, but yeah, and I've never seen any of the art from it, but he's done it 3 or 4 times, so he's got to be using a lot of bottle caps.
Who is it?
I don't know his
Mysterious.
name offhand. Yeah, I didn't know we were going to be talking bottle caps. And,
No, it's
and
fine.
ridiculous prices for them. Now,
can find
now I
out where
kind
it's-
of we've been selling it to them for cost, so I kind of feel like we're getting ripped off now that I know you can sell them $3.50 a piece.
I'm
$3.49.
I'm curious to see if like this guy's actually sold one of these bottle caps.
Yeah, what's his rating? Does he have a positive rating?
What does red mean?
Red means delivery in 3 to 4 days. Check your prescription, bro.
No, it's under the seller information. I can't. It's too small for me to read.
We'll go back to it.
All right, hold on.
100% positive feedback. He's got 100%.
Ah,
He's 100.
okay,
He's great.
okay.
Stand up person. They, he, she, Z, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, whatever.
So would it be
whatever
safe to
pronoun he prefers.
safe to say, Blake, that if somebody were to
he
show up
identifies
at
as a bottle cap.
show up at your brewery, you would give them a bottle cap for I don't know, $2?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
$2, no shipping. Yeah, I mean,
you know what? Or you could show up at HEB and buy a 4-pack, and caps come with it.
yeah.
They'll throw in the caps for free. But,
But-
if you start selling.
But like we talked about, get them while you can. Bottle caps may be going away.
Oh, that's true.
Oh
So,
man, the
and
markup
what are
on
the-
those $3.50 now.
Imagine what it's going to be when we stop bottling.
Oh,
So what's that? Like 2 years, you think? A year and a half? Year?
It could be the end of the year.
End of the year. So like
be.
4 months. Where are we at? We're almost
So-
in August, right?
Yeah,
So
so-
August, September,
Like I said,
October, November, December.
it's a question mark right now. So the things that have to line up for that to happen, right? We need. I almost knocked my beer.
yeah. It's got to be Jupiter, Saturn, Venus.
Right,
Like,
Victor.
yeah,
Victor. Sorry, Victor.
they all have to line up.
I don't know what his
No,
vector is.
we need to be able to get the cans right, and then we need to be able to launch with our distribution and retailing partners. So once all that stuff lines up, then you'll see us in cans.
Can. That's fantastic. Can do. All right. We got anything else we need to talk about?
Yes,
What?
I do.
Well, please.
Uh,
We're running
so,
out of time.
Are we running out of time?
Yeah, it's 2:45.
Okay, so I need you to do one. I need you to sit up straight for a second. Just do this. All right. Now,
Sorry, I get a little.
all right.
Comfy.
So
Wow.
Blake, I know that you've you
Hold on.
you tend to match your bottles with actual people. Did you do Undead Head Ed and Josh Stewart? Was that a thing?
No, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, it could have fooled me.
I need a headband.
So Ed's a real dude, right? So
What does Ed look like that?
no. Ed's actually retired now, and his beard is big, fluffy, white, and gray.
Okay. I trimmed mine down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a baby beard.
Same color beard.
Yeah, no.
Heads look almost the same.
A little bit. He's got a brain.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Yeah, this one has
your
a brain.
brain's almost showing. You're real close. Yeah.
Look, if I could be on a beard label,
Yeah.
there's a
Just-
few things in life that I've.
Just tell him that it was. Tell
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
tell him it's
yeah.
Josh. That's Josh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's Josh.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna take a screen grab.
And
That's gonna be all over the place.
Okay, cool. Did you get it?
It's recording. It's all over the
Okay.
internet now.
All right.
Right.
Cool.
It's never going away.
Listen, if I can claim that, Undead Head Ed means Undead Head Josh.
Dead head Josh.
All
That's
right,
one of I love that beer. That'd be an honor.
that's
I would have worn a pink shirt if I'd known.
Well,
I would
there
have
you
even tinted my skin green. I love that beer.
go. Don't come out here in green face.
that's what. Yeah, that absolutely. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so that was barrel aged, right? What you put that in? I say we because I tried it, but it was in.
Yeah, so we did it one of the years for our anniversary beer. We put it in port wine barrels.
That was it.
Yeah,
That was great.
But typically, when we release it, it's just it's not barrel aged.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite, like fall, spooky beers.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've done a number of interbrews like spooky beer theme shows.
yeah,
I could just do an Undead Head Ed.
and
show.
it's definitely great for that time of year when it's real cold outside. And
Yeah.
have one of those.
Yeah, those like 2 or 3 months that we get.
2 or 3 days. Watch it with a horror movie.
Hey,
Except
we had snow on the
except this
ground for
year.
over a week, so
Except
That's true.
and I was drinking Laser Kraken like it was going out of style.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
No.
What?
No,
I say drink Undead Head Ed when the new Halloween movie comes out on October 15th or whatever it is.
they're doing another Halloween movie.
Where have you been? So they did the new.
It's like a reboot.
No,
of
like
a
the-
reboot of a
no,
reboot.
no.
What?
So the one that came out 2 years ago was a direct sequel to the original.
Mhm.
So everything that happened in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, H2O, and whatever the other one was, that's all myth. Canon is Halloween, and then the Halloween that came out 2 years
Hold
ago.
on, 2. Halloween 2 wasn't part of the canon.
It's not canon, no.
Wait, you said some of it's myth
That's
But-
all considered
but-
myth.
but-
as
Hal-
opposed to the documentary.
You're right.
But Halloween 2 comes like literally right like
It's myth.
the next day.
It's myth.
Okay.
It's myth. They address it in the new. Have you not seen the new one?
No.
I've got it. Dude, let me know. We need to have a watch party.
Uh-huh.
Do you like scary movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you seen the new Halloween, like the Halloween that came out 2 years ago?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Did you? What'd you think about the Rob Zombie Halloween?
Garbage.
Okay.
Hot garbage.
Are you gonna watch the Monsters?
Probably.
Yeah.
Is it a show or is it a movie?
No, Rob Zombie's rebooting
Oh,
it.
Rob Zombie needs to stop. And none of his stuff is too. It's like angry or something.
Yeah, he does. seem a
Have
little
you
angry.
ever listened to Rob Zombie?
Sure, I get it. But have you
Okay.
ever? I've seen Rob Zombie too. He's like 4'11" and 3/4.
Is he a short
He's
guy?
a little guy.
I've
He's
seen.
full of
Probably why
angst.
he's angry.
He's full of angst.
Uh,
Yeah.
Look,
I never
like,
noticed that.
the Halloweens that he did were just they weren't. It was like it was too much.
Yeah.
It was like you're trying too hard. Now I liked the sequels, but when we're talking about the OG, who did the was it not Carpenter? Who did the first one?
I don't know.
John Carpenter. Who was it?
John Hughes, probably. Yeah.
Hughes.
It was-
Like
it probably was not
Breakfast
John
Club. Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It was
16 Candles. of death.
That's funny. It no, the newest one that came out is the direct sequel.
Pretty in red blood.
Pretty and stabbed.
I feel like Carrie could have been a John Hughes. Like, he could have done like a prom scene.
Yeah.
And then just like
Absolutely.
blood at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everything was going good.
So if you've not seen, the new one's great. My wife and I went to see it on Halloween, like during the day. We dropped the kids off at school and then went to the theater to watch it. And it was fun. There was like 7 other couples in there, and it was like a rainy day, and everybody's like, ah. So it was fun. But the new one is coming out, but it's the direct sequel to
Sneak any beer in?
not 11 a.m. No.
There is something weird about coming out of a horror movie and it's still light outside though.
Yeah, it is a little weird, but it was cool because it was Halloween. It was fine. But the new one is coming out on the 15th of October, and it's like it happens right after the one from 2 years ago stopped or ended.
Wow.
Like the story goes right, and they're going to do one more after that, and that'll be a wrap on the series until they do it again.
Right.
But Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. She does a great job, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But we could do a watch party for sure.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
It would be a lot
I'll
of
bring
fun.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, and they use the same recorder that I use, but they used it wrong. And I that was the thing that distracted me the most. It's like, you're going to get too much handling noise the way you're doing that there. I was, it distracted me a little bit. But then I put it aside and enjoyed the rest of the
Yeah.
movie.
Philip just said Rob Zombie has a PhD, and that's why he's angry.
Oh, he spent all that money? Yeah.
Spent all the money in college and ended up being a musician
Yeah.
and a filmmaker.
Yeah. So did the guitarist from Rage Against the Machine, right?
Oh, yeah, what's his name?
PhD guy? Tom
Yeah.
Morello?
Yeah.
Morello, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a PhD in poli-sci, right?
Yeah.
That's why he hates the government.
Against the government? I thought he
Well,
was...
That's literally the machine he's raging against.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get it. Oh. All those lyrics make sense now. I get it.
Why is he so political all the time?
Anything, Kennedy? Anything, Dad? You've not seen the new... I can't believe you haven't seen the new Halloween.
I don't know, man. Like the newer horror movies just,
I agree.
they're not
But this
that
one kind of
great.
reset
They're
the...
not that great.
Then this one reset it.
Yeah.
This one is...
Oh,
real.
did you see the COVID one though? There was a horror movie that came out and it was all like Skype based. It was actually pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, I'd have to look it up, but it was pretty good.
What is it? A silent place?
Oh no, it wasn't that one.
But what is that? The one that they just put the sequel out. The silent.
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's with the dude from The Office.
Yeah, I haven't seen the
Yeah.
second one yet.
Yeah,
I hear
it's
good
not bad.
things.
Yeah,
Good things. That was good. If you call that a horror, more of a thriller. It's horror.
yeah, it's horror.
Yeah, there's a monster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bruce Leslie says, don't forget about the Queen guitarist. What's his name?
Brian May.
Brian May. There you go. He has a PhD in astrophysics.
That's
Oh.
true.
Yeah. Smart guy.
Nice.
Okay.
Lead singer from Bad Religion also has a PhD.
Yeah,
No,
this is true.
He actually teaches.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
All right. What does he teach?
Oh, it's something weird. I forget, but it's like basically social.
Probably not theology.
It's like social studies, but like at the college level.
Okay.
Poli-sci?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
like that. Yeah.
Okay. What? I feel like...
Social studies.
Oh, James Simpson. Hey, James Simpson.
Oh, James. I haven't heard from you for a while, James.
Yeah, man. How are things? Ask Blake about the one time he got us out of a Pint House pizza. Did you smuggle James Simpson out of a Pint House pizza?
Oh no, we got kicked out.
You got kicked out?
Yeah.
Did you put James Simpsons in a bag and smuggle them out?
No, we got kicked out, but it wasn't my fault.
Where was it? Which location was it at?
It was at the end of the night, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I wasn't driving, but we went with one of. Well, since James brought it up, we were with we were with Rodney from Cask Branding,
Okay.
and
Things get rowdy with Rodney. Right?
Yeah, things do get rowdy with Rodney, and Rodney was rowdy, and
Rowdy Rodney?
Yeah.
he went up and ordered beers for everyone, and they said, not only are y'all not getting beers, but y'all are not going to be here much longer. And so we left and went somewhere else.
Take that, Pint House pizza.
But, yeah.
I mean, we super enjoyed our time, but
Yeah.
it's great
Yeah,
pizza.
man. You're
But also, me, James, and Rodney also got kicked out of the lobby at the hotel in Denton last weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind
Last
of that's
weekend?
or the weekend before last or
You
whatever.
shut it down.
Yeah, They invited us to leave.
But it was at the hotel you were staying at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just had to ride an elevator.
There you go.
I didn't even drive that, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's good. All right. When's the next Texas Craft Brewers Guild meeting?
I'm not sure. I know there's a Master Brewers meeting August 8th, I think, but I'm not gonna be able to make it because I'll be somewhere else. But yeah,
They need a media side, like a media membership.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have one.
So we can go to these things for free.
Just an excuse to go.
yeah. Well, talk to Charles.
I have. And he's like, that sounds like a great idea. And then that's the last.
Don't ever call me again.
Yeah, that's the last I hear. Charles lives like 5 minutes from here.
Charles is like, that's a great idea. I'll talk to James about
He's
it.
he's been on our show before too.
Yeah. He's
It's been him.
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
should
been a
have
while,
Charles
but-
back on. But he's great. Love
Yeah.
Charles. He's great. Oh, Bruce. Okay, dropping some knowledge on this. Brian May from Queen helped design the Mars rover.
Really?
I mean, if Bruce says it, I believe it.
Wow. So after Queen, he didn't just retire.
Well, he's been playing
he,
guitar.
He kept busy.
He's been on at least. I've seen like 6 times he's played with the Foo Fighters.
Is he playing with that new kid that's new Freddie Mercury? That
Oh,
was
from
like
the American Idol or whatever. What's
Yeah.
that guy's name? I don't remember.
don't
But
know.
yeah, they were touring. Yeah, they went on a tour, full tour. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Kennedy doesn't know about that. He doesn't watch American Idol.
No, I don't.
I don't either. But
I have a wife and a daughter, so
yes,
you know.
Did y'all see Jeff Bezos go to space?
I
In his
did.
big
Well,
penis rocket?
fake space, right? Like him and Branson, they didn't make it.
Yeah, they went to the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just,
but
they
did you
just-
see
they,
it?
They just couldn't cross the edge.
Jeff Bezos had a penis rocket.
The Dr. Evil rocket.
Yeah, he literally looked like Willie
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Johnson, Private Johnson.
I don't know.
You should keep up with stuff.
I don't keep up with stuff.
You should keep up with
I
stuff.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All
My
right.
stuff just doesn't. I don't care.
All right. Well, a billionaire worth $100 billion
Yeah.
got on a rocket in the shape of a
I mean,
a
aren't
Jewish
all
penis and
Rockets in kind of in the shape of a
No,
penis?
this was like explicit.
They're all-
this was
Yeah.
you knew his religious
Oh,
affiliation. You knew
So it
everything.
had like a well-defined
all of it.
tip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And even when they were shooting it going up, the way they framed it looked like it was thrusting up this, like putting it to space, like just giving it the
Okay.
space. I think that was all. That was
Yeah.
all. That was all part of it.
Did you see that the 18-year-old kid that was riding with them, like the youngest kid in space?
They took an 18-year-old in space.
So
What a-
Bezos took the youngest kid and the oldest guy that's ever been to space. One was 18, one was like 88.
It took an 88.
And the
There's hope for you.
kid told Bezos when he got back that he's never ordered anything off Amazon ever. He probably didn't say that before he went out. But
Well, he's
yeah.
he's 18. I mean,
I feel like you could just turn around and accidentally order something off Amazon.
but when I was 18, I had never ordered anything off Amazon.
When you were 18, there was no internet.
Oh, this is true.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I'm not lying.
you're not, but
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so when my wife and I went to Dallas like a couple weeks ago, Amazon called us and they were like, "Hey, you haven't ordered anything in like 2 days. You all okay?" We were like, "Yeah, we're fine."
Look, if somebody didn't call Julie in 2 days after not ordering anything off Amazon, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I'm the
He's
same
like,
way.
you didn't. I'm like, I'm surprised when I haven't gotten an Amazon package on our front door within like 3 days.
Everything in this
I'm
room.
like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
There's no ship. There's nothing on our front porch today.
Yeah.
We were robbed.
Porch pirates.
Make sure you check your what do you call those things? The
Mailbox.
Yeah, the mailbox, the app.
No, the front porch, the ring.
ring, your-
Yeah, make sure you check the ring. Then no one stole the package.
The ring that you got from Amazon to check to see if your Amazon package is
Yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that's a good note to go out on because it's almost 3 o'clock.
Y'all are working super hard for a new sponsor, I can tell.
Listen,
Bezos.
we'll
where
take
you at?
anything. We'll take anything.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon's thinking about getting into the streaming business.
By the way, our
We
podcast available on Amazon Prime.
We
if
have
you want
a-
to listen to it, it's
We
there.
have a streaming show here.
It's there.
It's
We're-
live. It's streaming.
Yeah, but we're there on the Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
like the music, Prime Music,
Is that right?
Liquid Lunch Podcast is there.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Kennedy
Well-
doesn't know anything about podcasts. Doesn't even know that we do a podcast.
I know that we do a podcast.
He doesn't know where it's available. He's never downloaded anything.
But I mean, you can listen to it, or you can like see groundbreaking stuff like this if you're actually watching the video. So, All right.
All right. Let's wrap it here. You ready to wrap it?
I think we better.
We better. All right. Well, Blake, this has been an honor.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to be here, guys.
Thanks.
Blake Neiderhofer, spelled N-I-E.
It's spelled correctly on screen right
D-E-R-H-O-F.
I wrote.
Is it one F or two
Just
F?
one F.
F-O. Huff.
I got the one F right.
Huff. F-E-R.
Yeah.
Neiderhofer.
Yeah. Next time you're on, let me know a little sooner that I misspelled your name.
You knew a week ago.
I didn't know a week ago that I'd misspelled.
How do you
his
not
name.
have Blake? Like Blake's been on at least by via Skype or something.
Look,
Oh, it's
numerous
cool.
times.
It's misspelled every time.
I'm not saying that it wasn't my fault. It was probably it was completely my fault for misspelling his name.
We have a name like Neiderhofer. It's just part of the deal. Like we're
But
used
at
to it.
this point, we've been on so much.
I take full blame for misspelling his name.
But just fix it.
It is fixed.
Autocorrect should get you. Like Blake's on again. That's what your program should say.
Well, he's probably done it so many times as autocorrect makes it the
Back
wrong
to
way.
the wrong. Yeah, it was probably that first time.
Yeah,
and
if I would have spelled it correctly, autocorrect
It'd been like,
would've
"Are you
said,
sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure you
no,
use
it's
that
this one?
All right, I'm hitting
All
the
right.
music. You ready to hit the music?
Yes.
Let her go.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching, being a part. Philip, Bruce, James, all the other people that are on. Jeffrey, Blake, Neiderhofer. Thanks, bro. This has been a fun show.
Always.
Anytime you have a Monday that you just want to like completely obliterate,
Yeah.
come on, man. We're here.
We're good for that.
All right, that's the end of the music, so we gotta say it first. So Kennedy and Blake and Josh, Josh, that's me. A lot of gin beer today.
Stewed Productions.
It's just big. It just had so many. It's just delicious. It's been so good. All right, I'm turning the streamer off. Bye, everybody.